Oh, way to start things off there, Ed.
There we go.
Whoa! I didn't think I was going to make it. I'd had to hold that in for the rest of the game. Hey. All right. Well, when last
Thank you, Ed.
Yep, no problem. No, thank you, Deb. I think is really what we're saying.
Always a pleasure.
Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon. That's what I heard.
So when last we left off, our intrepid adventurers left the Simic Combine laboratory in the state they usually leave things, imploding in upon itself, being swallowed by a corrupted dimensional rift. It was a Tuesday. Skippy learned some things about its past, and but maybe raised a lot more questions. But now the group is sailing on to the Elemental Island. And they hope to, what's the word? Enslaves, really, that's not a kind word.
Liberate.
Right, liberate a air elemental from its freedom.
Offer it full-time employment.
And offer it long-term, full-time employment aboard Tanith in a way that would allow Tanith to break free of the surly bonds of gravity.
If we capture a fire elemental, can we have rocket engines as well?
That's not necessarily how that works.
Sounds sciencey to me.
I think that's about right.
What more do you want?
And then if we capture a water elemental, we could have indoor plumbing.
Or submarine.
Skippy could have a flushing barrel.
A flushing barrel? The water elementals all, you subjugated me just to flush the shit out of this thing's barrel? Yep.
Yeah.
Get to work.
Chop, chop.
You know, if the water elemental hangs around Skippy's barrel long enough, it's going to turn into a poison elemental.
Win-win.
Win-win. Yeah, so they've sailed on to the elemental, sailed towards the elemental island. Abigail seems to have maybe come to terms with what happened to her when she was tag teamed by Felix and Mephistopheles, you know, in a spiritual sense. You know, she's all about the mission, all about trying to find out what's going on this elemental island. When the Tanith approached this island, which was supposed to have been a island with 4 elemental temples on it, and dedicated monks serving worshiping the 4 elements. Turns out something went wrong. We're not super sure what, but upon arrival onto the island, things look to have gone absolutely batshit. There's just ecosystems next to each other that don't belong. tides are screwy. There's massive chunks of the island that are suspended, floating above the island. And our group finds itself. I guess I probably should bring you guys onto the map.
Gaston is going to start sketching the island with all the floating bits.
Yep. Let's see.
Later become uncredited concept art for Avatar.
Are there blue people? It's like, nope, they're green.
Totally different.
Totally different. It's not a
Yeah,
copyright
yeah.
infringement.
That's right.
So their like little hair thing is actually like their dick. So that's how they connect with them.
Yep. It's all dick all the way down.
Sounds like something Gaston would draw.
With enough lube.
So I guess start a telepathic bond while we're approaching the island.
Before we go any further, Gaston's going to gather everybody and do a detect disease
Ah.
and find out who's got diseases.
Nico's crotch and ass just light up.
The Geiger counter starts.
That's normal.
Goes off
Looking
the
for something
scale.
new.
Yeah,
Wait, did that disease just wave at me?
It's hello. Are your herpes sentient? Because that's not cool.
Boomer might have
It's got
gum
a
disease.
flag.
Yeah, gum disease.
Gingivitis. Gingivitis.
We
Yeah.
put holes in teeth.
Has Boomer seen a toothbrush before?
A what?
You just let all the bones you're chomping through do the scrubbing. You know.
Do a lot of heavy lifting, yeah.
It's a very abrasive paste.
My 5 teeth have never seen a toothbrush.
Skippy has teeth.
Seems
I have.
unnatural.
My 4 teeth have never seen a toothbrush.
So we just had 13 teeth pulled out of the Chihuahua's mouth. So he's only got 3 left.
Wow.
And his gums finally hardened just a couple days ago that he started eating kibble again. He's eating with no teeth.
You can just
Little
mush that
boomer.
stuff up.
We did the same with my cat. Cat's fine. It actually gained weight after we pulled its teeth because it was hurting so bad to eat with the bad teeth.
Yeah.
After they're gone, they put on poundage.
Yeah, that's what do you call it? My wife's mom's dog. Same thing. It's the same deal, like where it had some infection or something like that. And once they yanked the teeth out, it was like, oh, I can chew again.
This Chihuahua's already fat.
Fat ass chihuahua. Bullshit.
That one weighs twice what a rat does.
All right. And then let's throw everybody on here. So we got Felix. We got Boomer.
Oh, while we were on the boat, could I have recast a familiar at some point in our journey?
Oh, yeah.
Hopefully this will take more than one day because I've only got 2 spell slots that can actually cure disease.
I mean, it should be like a one shot. We should be in and out of here.
Oh no.
Oh, did you guys
One shot
watch?
will last us into the new year.
Did you guys watch the Dungeon Dudes where they even said that running one shots is really hard to actually run a session in one like 4-hour period. They said it's really tough to do that. So
Especially when one of your players oversleeps by an hour.
no, this actually this elemental thing should take us a little bit, at least if it what I've got planned in my head.
if we go through all 4 temples and sub-levels and extra planar activities and
Don't we always go for the 100% achievement?
we are completionists. It's
I
true.
would like to know, like, though, if Ed had like a completion percentage, like how much do we actually do? Because I really don't think we are actually covering all of what he intends, but a lot of what he doesn't.
There's a lot of stuff. Like there's a lot of stuff I got to rein in. Like where I just go, oh, that's a cool idea. You're like, ooh, ease it back, roll it back. Because we already got like, quest logs pretty full. A lot of side quests. Not even sure which one the main one is anymore.
Right.
You're like, what's the main one? I don't know, man.
Demons.
Yeah, maybe the demon thing, kind of, but that was just.
Definitely, I want to find this dragon.
We got the dragon thing. That's a thing.
Yeah, once we get Tanith in the air, that should be a main priority to go get that dragon.
Yeah.
The only
Yeah.
thing we
The
should
whales are going to help him out this time.
Yeah, you got that dragon thing. There's an
The only
outstanding
thing we should be concentrating on is building more pleasure palaces in every city.
Dragon theme pleasure palace.
Where are we gonna find the artists to make your portraits for you on the
True.
side of the building?
Well, I've been an exceptionally generous patron of the arts so far. So I feel like people will be queuing up to work for me.
I feel like that
these things.
goblin is the only artist we can trust to paint Nico on the side of building.
Yeah. Yeah. He'll certainly do a memorable job.
all right, so you guys, can everybody see? Is everybody on the map?
I'm not on the map.
I am not on the map.
I'm on the
Okay,
map.
log out, log back in.
Your guys are on there.
Yeah.
Let me fetch everyone. You should get a
Cool.
summons.
Here we go. Yes.
We're really on the edge of the map.
Yeah, you guys just landed.
No choice.
Yep,
Well, this
I
looks
see
healthy.
Gaston there.
I'm
Am
gonna
I the only one who
look over
didn't see
the edge.
Gaston?
We go under the map.
Ah,
Oh, hold on.
Ready.
I pulled the wrong guest on.
Wait, there's another Gaston?
yes, he's really big, burly, and no one can expect to rate quite like him.
How many dozens of eggs?
Depends. When he was young or as large as a barge.
Your mother's been telling stories of me again.
Does Abigail need to come with us, or are we leaving her on the boat?
Oh no, she's the one with the book. She's coming with you.
Oh, I see. Excellent.
Oh, we gotta
Oh, yeah.
keep her safe.
Yay,
That should be easy.
it's an escort quest.
An escort mission.
Yay.
Does
Those are
Abigail
notoriously awesome.
wear armor?
Does she what?
Does she wear armor?
No, she's a wizard.
All right, I will cast mage armor on her unless she did it herself.
Oh, she already cast on herself. Yeah, she's.
Can you stick sanctuary on her?
As soon as stuff goes sideways, that's a good idea.
Oh, yeah. If you would have cast on her before you, bridge to her mind, that might have saved a little.
Oh, I'm
Too late
pretty
now.
sure the devil's got a pretty good wisdom score to bypass that save.
You don't know Mephistopheles. Maybe he's not looking around. Maybe an eternal being that has dedicated himself to the arcane isn't very good at bypassing magic. You don't know. Maybe he's still getting good.
I think you're being facetious.
That's probably true.
Wait,
All right.
how do you even know that word, Boomer?
You're being
Professor
tricksy.
Professor
You're being
Boomer.
tricksy. All right, so we land. You land on the island.
All right.
You land on the island, and immediately you notice there's some insane wind that's happening.
But before we got on the island, I still wanted to remove the disease from the people who are diseased.
Okay.
So, who was diseased?
Oh. So who is diseased? Well, technically, you didn't ask just about diseases.
I asked about. No, I asked diseases was one of the questions. Was just disease.
I thought it was.
Curses was a separate question, and then hitchhiker was the third question. I asked three questions.
Right.
Not necessarily in that order.
Right. I thought. Okay.
You said
so
no yes to disease, and someone brought a hitchhiker, but they were willing.
Right. Yep. So what was the
Does Boomer have dysentery?
No, Boomer does not have dysentery. But so the disease is actually on 9003.
All righty. Use the big H to solve the disease on 9003.
Yep. So when you cast it on 9003, the metal claw things that were extending, the metal begins to leach away, and you see it sort of like he screams, or it screams, I guess. It screams and doesn't can't stand up. He falls over. The metal claws begin to leach away. The metal starts to leach away from the fingers, and it detaches and it falls off, and it's left with just sort of these bone nub things on the end of it. And the protrusion things that came out of its back also dissolve and fall off, and it's left with these horrible sores.
What'd you do to it?
The heel should have gotten rid of the sores too.
Why are you trying to kill him?
Need a healing potion?
Oh, is this capital? The heal, also heals. Oh yeah. So I mean, the sores are there, and then they close up, and the fingers, they don't. The skin moves up, but it doesn't move all the way up. Like it looks like it's healed, but he's got like these bone claw things that come out instead of what the metal ones were, but they're not as long as where the metal ones were.
That's lame. He went from like normal Wolverine to Bone Claw Wolverine.
Yeah.
No one likes
going
that.
to poke the metal stuff into a vial.
Yep.
Actually, how much metal stuff is there?
It's not a lot. Sort of before your eyes, the metal is starting to like break up and dissolve.
Oh, okay.
And so you kind of scoop it up into a vial, and now it's like this like liquid metal stuff in these vials.
I want to have a look at that shit.
Yeah, we can look at it later. What should I call it in my inventory?
E1000.
What's up?
I said T1000.
It's just call it a metallic bacteria.
Gross.
Nice.
What did you say to call it? A metallobacteria?
Bacteria. So one of the things that you found in like sort of the going through your writings in the Simic Combine is that the way that they managed to graft to get metal to graft itself to form like much sharper, harder, denser claws or spines was this bacteria that they developed, this magically developed bacteria that was metal, that it basically infected the person. It was actually pretty painful, but it could create, it would latch onto the bone and it would create these metal protrusions. And it can be guided magically by one of the Simic scientists into whatever sort of shape they wanted it to have on the subject.
Oh man.
And so it was basically a disease. Like it was something that, they hadn't found a way to, because these bacteria needed metal, like they constantly needed metal. They would leach material out of the subject's body. And so that's why they had a really high metabolic rate.
I'm considering putting this bacteria in Nico's coin purse.
Is that a euphemism?
Healing potion time.
Well, I'll let him know that I removed the metallic bacteria that was removing all the metal from his body, and I may have solved his imminent death problem. So he should live fine now.
One of
what?
One of his imminent death problems.
What state is 9003 in now? Like
Unhappy.
yeah.
He was a little bit pissed at first. He didn't know that it was a bacteria thing. Like he didn't understand that. When you kind of explain it to him or to it, when you explained it to it that 9003 understands like, oh, this is a good thing that you've done for me. Even though you've taken away the natural weapons that I was used to using, but
a really good blacksmith who has, your people's best interests in heart.
Right, it's got a soft spot for those abused by whoever.
Yeah.
It doesn't really matter who.
So he might be able to come up with something to replace the previous that won't try to eat you.
It also, the main thing that plagued the survivability of these experiments that they could never get was just eventually the body would sort of break down, and they never fully understood why. The only one that never did was 7723. And they kept trying to replicate whatever Merrick's process was with the skeleton to try to get them to survive longer, but there became some disconnect between the mind and the body that they could never solve. They could never figure out why. They would just start kind of wasting away and then die.
Well, maybe hanging out with Skippy will be enough to solve the problem. Sharing the souls and whatnot.
Sharing the soul.
Like a timeshare on the soul.
Look, if I could just get your femur, I think it would really settle. Like,
I'm willing to do the experiment. Swap legs.
Swap legs. Come on, look, I can reattach limbs. Come on, let's
look at Boomer's finger. I would point to Nico's nose, but he pulled that back off himself.
You didn't do it right.
It was a little crooked.
But 9003 is like kind of alive and okay.
At the moment, they seem fine.
Does it want to join us or stay on the boat?
Oh, it is staying on the boat. It does not want to join you.
I mean, we could do a soul experiment if it got into real trouble. It could answer some real questions.
Capture an extra elemental and bind it to him.
Yeah, that's kind of like a soul.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a soul that constantly fights you and tries to escape.
Hey Ed, I got a question. So I gained a level and I got that commune with nature. Do I just know now that I can do that, or is that something that I have to find out in game?
Let me take a look. Let's take a look and see what that is. Everybody's got new stuff. We want
So
to
I
work
thought
stuff.
maybe
We
being
want to
able
work
to
stuff
commune with
in.
nature might be good for going on the island of elemental
Nature.
nature.
Well, remember, there's a difference between nature and the elements, right? So let me see what kind of, because it could mean like a druid is all about like, the animals and living things, whereas the elements are just raw elemental power, right? Like fire isn't alive, rocks aren't alive.
No, lightning loves me an awful lot more than I love it.
But let's see what it says here.
It's probably going to be a big animal thing then.
Aspect of the beast, feral instincts. Spirit walker.
Yeah.
Commune with nature. What is that?
Well, it says there too that my one of my spirit totems that I choose will visit me.
You briefly become one with nature and gain knowledge of the surrounding territory. In the outdoors, the spell gives you knowledge of the land within 3 miles of you. In caves and other natural underground settings, the radius is limited to 300 feet. The spell doesn't function where nature has been replaced by construction, such as dungeons and towns. You instantly gain knowledge about the 3 facts of your choice about the following subjects as they relate to the area: terrain and bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or people, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influences from other planes of existence, buildings.
So it also says like in the actual for the barbarian, for the spirit walker at 10th level, you can commune with nature spell, but only as a ritual. When you do so, a spiritual version of one of your animals you have chosen for your totem spirit aspect of the beast appears to you to convey information you seek.
Yeah, we're not going to do
that. That's why I took it.
No, not the. We're gonna change the flavor.
But I want a giant bear.
It's not a bear. That's not what's happening here.
That's why I took it, Ed.
Sorry. No. What happens here is you have become more in tuned with your basically dad is able to manifest himself out of your axe, and he is able to his awareness and sentience has started to grow a little bit. Like his awareness outside the axe has started to grow, and so when you cast this as a ritual, you're able to bring his spirit forth and manifest it out of the axe, so that you can commune with it, and he can tell you some of these things, about what's going on. How's that sound?
Can he at least be like big?
Dude, you manifest him as you remember him.
Right. Like me as a child remembering him.
So he manifests as you remember him. So it is like from your point of view was like that. So and just his.
Oh my God! Don't do it while you're enlarged.
His
Can everyone else see him too?
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, it'd be funny.
So Skothor also was, I mean, just in life, he was a larger than life, like his personality and his legend, which is a lot of what you remember was the stories about him that you would hear other people tell. And so all of that, I mean, we're talking like Paul Bunyan, like, I mean, just the stories that were told about him and the legends of him live in your head are larger than life, right?
All
Like
right, I'm down with this.
you know what I'm saying? Like, and so you can call forth, like you perform this ritual, and this is something that that Skothor has passed on to you, right? You know, this is knowledge, ritual knowledge that he has passed on to you, and he says, "Yeah, look, here's how to draw this, to manifest the spirit out of the axe, to stabilize it. You know, where you're crossing the material and the arcane." Or not the arcane, the material and the ethereal planes. Like you're able to kind of, in a small area, kind of bridge those together so that he can manifest that spirit stably for a time and talk to you and kind of give you ideas about what's going on in the general location.
That's pretty cool.
Nice.
And yeah, when he comes forth, like, I mean, yeah, he exists as he does, because you're the one who is projecting him, right? Like you're sort of helping to give that spirit shape and form. And so when you do, like, it's as it exists in your head. And so you're like, holy shit. Like when he strides forward, yeah.
He's my dad.
Yeah, when he strides forward, yeah, everybody, like, it looks like, let's see.
Or you can have a little Care Bear appear and show you the way. No.
Oh.
Right, like he strides
Nice.
forward like that, right? Like it's sort of this. Like that's when you perform this ritual. This is how he sort of strides out of the mist. Like you perform this ritual, and it's like, you know, it's the full, like everything around you sort of, you know, it kind of blackens and kind of lose focus as you sort of cross the ethereal, and you ask these questions, and the spirit of Skothor sort of strides out of the mists, like this, like just massive.
These episodes last.
Basically, as long as it takes for him to answer the questions. So he comes out of the mist, you ask the questions, he answers the questions, and then the ritual ends.
Cool. Can I do that?
Cooler than a bear, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's cooler than a bear.
If you want a bear, I can give you a bear, but I mean, I don't know, man.
No, this is cooler than a bear. Nah, I'm sold.
Yeah,
Good
so
pitch. Good pitch.
you know, these are the things I think about. So when he strides forward, so you can ask him about the terrain or bodies of water. You can ask him. You can pick three, right? Or I mean, so you can get three facts of your choice about any of the following subjects as they relate to the area. So terrain or bodies of water, prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or people, powerful celestials, fae, fiends, elementals, or undead, influence from other planes of existence, or buildings.
Right, Boomer, who the hell is this?
He's my dad. My dad could beat your dad.
Gaston listens to that and just goes,
Yeah.
It's my dad.
Hello, Mr. Boomer Senior. Nice to see you again.
Yeah, he, you know, the booming in his voice, it has an odd sort of quality to it, right? Because he's not purely physical, and so it has, you know, sort of this little bit of an ethereal quality, but you can tell just from the resonance and the the timbre and the quality of his voice, that clearly this was a leader. This was a leader of his, like, just when he speaks with a confidence, and he speaks with a voice that was used to being listened to. And he bends down and he says, Nico, look at you, so tiny and visible.
Oh, I thought you'd be taller.
He goes, son, we don't have much time. What do you wish to ask? What can I tell you? My awareness has grown. How can I help?
Well, we're looking for the air spirit, right, guys? Right, the air elemental.
He says,
An air elemental.
Says, you must use caution in this land. Your party is, and he kind of bends down, and he's like, you could tell he's meaning to like say this in confidence to you, but like it's clearly audible, but for 300 feet around you. Yeah, he says, they're a little soft, son. You'll have to look after them. This place is dangerous. The air elemental you seek, and he stands up and he points up towards the center of the island, and you can see, these floating masses of land, way up at the top. It says the air elemental you seek is there. It has torn the land asunder, and it has great power. But the air elemental you seek is there. Ask another question. Quickly.
What's the quickest, safest route?
He looks around the island, and you can see his eyes close, and he says, there is great energy here. Around the island, the material plane here touches the elemental planes, but there are portals that go from one place. And he points, like he's sort of pointing low. He's pointing off towards the sort of the southwest. He's pointing kind of mostly towards the west. And he says there's portals that connect, but I fear these portals will take you through the elemental planes, but they will get you up to the top, but you will have to follow the elemental path. Quickly, our time is fading.
How you do it?
And he says, I am getting stronger. I am well. I thirst for battle once more. These elementals should prove an interesting contest. You will do well, my son. Protect your clan. Guide them through the elemental path. And tame this wind.
Yeah.
And he turns around. With that, he turns around and begins striding off. Through the myth. Through the mists and through the myth. He begins striding off, and he holds his axe, which is a twin to the one that you hold. Like, it looks like your axe. He holds it off, and he yells out as he strides away, "For the Skolax clan!" And his voice booms across the island, and begins to fade as his form does. And as this happened, the view of the island begins to, your view begins to widen again as the ethereal plane separates from the material plane.
All right, everybody, you heard the man. Who wants to live forever? Let's go.
I think they know we're coming now.
Good.
Okay, Boomer. Well,
I can do magic now too, fuckers.
I can do magic now too.
Yes, you can, Boomer.
Yeah.
That stink cloud you cast is a very vicious spell.
What?
great, another wizard.
Another wizard.
Speaking of wizards, Abigail, I wish you to stay out of danger, but be ready and keep your eyes open.
And she watches this whole thing and she goes, fascinating. I've heard that the spiritual connections between the hill tribes is something of legend. No one has ever seen it firsthand outside of the tribes before, but this is amazing. And she kind of steps close to Boomer. She goes, is it some sort of blood magic?
Gaston's like 3 inches behind her, looking over her shoulder, listening to everything she's saying and looking at Boomer too, going, fascinated.
Is it?
There's my papa.
He looks. Abigail is looking with fascination, and she's looking at your axe, and she goes, "Interesting." So and she reaches out to touch your axe, and she just swat her hand with that. She goes, "Oh, sorry.
Drink such a man's axe without asking, much less a dwarf's axe."
Right. Oh, I'm so sorry. As she looks at Felix, and she kind of gives Felix, kind of a little conspiratorial wink and a smile, and then she looks back at Boomer, and she says, "I apologize. I meant no offense. I'm somewhat ignorant of the customs of your people." But
Boomer will look at Felix and be like, "Dude, how's going on with your girl?"
She's
trying to touch my shit.
Don't mess with my sound system.
Not cool.
She goes, "It seems to be some sort of, well, do you have a soul in there? Is it the spirit?
What
Seems to be able to."
About souls.
Someone's a little.
Oh, boomers walk around with 2-3 souls. Some people don't even have one.
Obviously, Felix is carrying the most souls right now.
Oh no, yeah. Well, I mean, if we threw up on some sort of metaphysical scale, yeah, you tip that thing pretty heavily. You know.
I think
it goes like
not a number.
Felix, Nico, Boomer, Gaston, Skippy way at the bottom.
I've got the Holy Spirit of Ogma in me, so even though I've only got a little bit of it, it's such a big one.
Everybody just rolls their eye. Oh, there you go. Oh God! Gaston's all, and this gift is not just for me. It's available to. I mean, wait, guys, wait, don't run from the Lord.
Don't feel bad, Skippy. No, I'm not that again. Abigail has less souls than you, so.
Everybody looks at Felix, just dude. Abigail, there's a very uncomfortable and brittle silence when Felix says this.
No, that's what I said out again.
Nah. It's too good in game.
Gaston, go over and comfort Abigail.
Yeah, Abigail. Gaston's just going I can't believe he said. I'm so sorry that he. I mean, Jesus. And
To
Abigail,
cry on or a lap to cry on.
Abigail tries, like, she does this little laugh, she's trying to break clearly trying to break the tension. She does this like little laugh where she goes, oh, Felix. But it's definitely not like there's undercurrents of not cool.
Nico will just sort of like puff his cheeks out and sort of walk off and it's like,
okay, let's get moving here.
Will follow behind and be like, awkward.
Yeah. Let's go find some elementals, which should be easier to deal with than this.
Yeah, we're gonna fuck their shit. That was weird.
While we were on the boat ride, could Skippy have made some poison potions?
Yep.
Cool.
Yep.
I'll just expend my gold accordingly.
Yep. Please do.
Excellent.
Speaking of which, does anybody have any diamond dust?
Nico.
I really need to get back to town in the not too distant future.
I don't typically carry that.
Well, I
Let's
carried 1,500 gold worth of diamond dust, but y'all burning through my diamond dust spells like nothing.
Woohoo! Could we get Boomer's dad to just like crush some rocks really hard?
Ooh,
Make us some diamonds.
make diamonds and then crush diamonds.
Yeah, well, I mean,
He's your dad. He can do that totally.
Yeah.
you just put, probably
So
just
I don't know. I have a fine jewelry piece. I don't know if there's a diamond in it.
how much is it worth?
250.
There's probably not enough diamond in there. How much does it have to be worth?
100 gold worth of diamond dust.
100 and what?
100 gold worth of diamond dust for each casting.
Oh yeah. So yeah, Nico, you could probably there's a couple of gems in that thing. You can pop it out. It'll decrease the value of it by 100.
I have a ruby that's worth 750 gold.
The spell specifically says diamond dust, not ruby dust or gem dust.
I have a ruby that's 750 gold.
Can
I
we
would
cut
be
it
happy
like
to take that off your
cocaine?
hands, and I will trade that in at a later date.
Can we cut it like cocaine and just put some sugar or shit in there and be like, yeah,
I said the
70% of the
words.
way there, right?
I said the words.
You're like, well, I mean,
Yeah,
aluminum.
I'll
I mean,
sell you- I'll sell you
rubies are
some
mostly
diamonds.
carbon, right? Rubies are mostly
Yeah.
carbon. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not-
Gaston, you should have said something when my dad was here. Who would have just plucked the moon out of the sky and made it into a diamond?
Yeah, Nico, Boomer's like that. He's all, you guys saw my dad, right? Like, oh, he's super cool. You guys all saw him, right? I mean, he's pretty big in your dad. Bigger than your dad.
Yeah, sounds like he's definitely bigger than my dad.
Felix is just thinking like,
He'll say,
my
yeah,
dad's been
bigger,
dead for 500 years.
yeah.
I feel
Bigger than your dad, Skippy. Still too soon. Oh.
Yeah. Oh, well, Skippy's dad is like a head shorter now. Oh.
Wait, wasn't Skippy just vat grown?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Merrick was like a father figure.
Ah,
Was.
was.
Two heads are better than one.
Yeah,
Just
Gaston,
ask Jeff.
I'll happily
Jeff's like, hey.
I'll happily sell you these diamonds, Gaston, if you want them.
For the price of casting spells for you.
Dick.
I don't know. I mean, I think
These
do
are
pretty
not
well
the
on my
droids I'm
own.
looking for.
Boomer, do you just walk over and grab it out of Nico's hands?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Yeah.
Hey,
Boomer just walks over, grabs the piece out of Nico's hand, rips the diamonds out of the settings, throws the remainder back at Nico, and then hands the diamonds to Gaston.
While still talking about how cool his dad is.
Right, just my dad wouldn't put up with any of this. I tell you what.
so I guess it's worth about 50 gold now. Well, I see you're learning the fine art of negotiation, Boomer. Well done.
Yeah.
Negotiate
Yeah.
the crap out of that thing.
Yeah, going the way my dad said to go.
All right, so yeah, you guys are heading. Yeah, he pointed mostly west. He pointed mostly west, a little bit south, but you're following that direction. You got to cross over some of this low sort of tidal areas. And
does it look deep, or is it like wading depth? Or
yeah, so you can tell here these are sort of that these are like you can't throw Jeff in. That these areas here are sort of a tidal flat, but you can see that the destruction that's been caused on this island, like you can see there's like even the areas that have plants and stuff on them, you can see that these get covered by water. You looking at it, you're like, you look at it and you're like, oh, huh. I think this is sort of low tide where we're at now. And you think the destruction that's been caused by on the island has wreaked havoc with, kind of what's happening.
Nature check for when the tide's coming back?
Yep, go ahead.
Nah, that would be never. The tide is never coming back. It's fine.
Was it nature check?
Yeah.
That sounds
20.
Should do pretty well. 27.
Oh, fuck. Don't be a one-upper.
I might not have a soul, man, but I know.
10. 20 upper.
Skippy, so you who have so Skippy, you're pulling on this knowledge now that you're like, did I actually? So you have knowledge of living in, sort of swampy, marshy areas and tide, the level of the water changing with the tide. But you're now kind of questioning whether or not that did happen or didn't. Like it's very confused. Like you don't actually know what is and isn't anymore. But you do know, sort of looking at it, it's really hard to tell given the sort of the elemental furies that have been unleashed on this place. But looking at the vegetation and sort of the water lines and things like that, you think you probably have 4-ish hours before you think you're definitely the tide is coming in. You think you probably got 4-ish hours before you reach.
Does the water around us kind of look like regular water, or does it look like it's going to cause us any harm if we go into it?
Give me a perception check.
Jeff will find out for us. All right.
24.
Wow.
You can see in the water, and now that you're looking around, like you're taking a really hard look at the land around you, Skippy, and you can see that there are some unnatural formations in the earth and the rock. And as you're looking at the water, you see that there are currents in the water that are moving counter to each other, but it just looks like water, but it looks like there's currents that are moving counter to each other. And then you kind of lift your head up and you feel the wind, and you're like paying attention, and you're seeing that there's very odd wind currents that are moving around, that things that don't normally exist. There's no like prevailing wind. The wind's just sort of moving around kind of haphazardly. And there's no, this is, something that you might expect if you were, around canyons or like really high rock formations where you might get like weird updrafts or something like that. But there's nothing like that around you. And so and then putting together what Boomer's dad said, where he's talking about these elemental furies, and Abigail, what she said, you're like, oh, we may be dealing with some like wild elementals that have come across and are now moving around on this island.
Okay. I'll relay it to the group. Like, it feels like everything around us might be a bit like alive-ish.
Jeff, have any issues going into the water?
So when Jeff first steps into the water, the water, he steps in, doesn't seem like anything really happens. Does he move farther into the water?
Poop.
So yeah, you tell Jeff, you're all, Jeff, just a little bit more. When he gets 5 or 10 feet out, the current suddenly changes around Jeff, and he gets pulled under the water. It doesn't last very long. Like Jeff is sort of in your mind, Felix. You hear Jeff sort of scream as much as Jeff can, like he just sort of, oh shit, like both sort of heads of Jeff, and then the current passes and Jeff pops back up.
That's pretty normal.
See anything under there, Jeff?
Jeff comes up, and you can see by the way he's moving that he's panting. But obviously, like, he's not, like, there's no, and you're like, Jeff, that you don't have lungs, man. Like, what do you? But you can see, he does that thing where he puts his malformed hands on his knees. Well, the one crossbow that you strap to the one, and then his other hand on his knees. And like he's like doing that, but he's not actually breathing.
Can't drown, you fool, you're immortal.
All right, I guess look into the water to see what I can see.
Yeah, go ahead and give me a perception check.
11.
Looks like water, man. Like it's sort of swirling and moving around, tides kind of in and out, waves and such. Yeah, that's water.
Maybe try and like stick to the land.
Well, I don't see a way kind of over there that the giant dwarf god told us to head west.
That's my dad.
God.
Like the land that puts up a way that takes us to the west.
What's up?
There's like, we can go around on the land that takes us up over to the west.
All right. Felix is mounting Jeff and heading into the water.
Felix, he just gets up, he's got like a couple of his ribs are like all pointed out and misshapen, so they make like little stirrups.
Like, Felix, you saw that he got pulled under the water, right? Like,
that's why I'm on top of Jeff.
Yeah, because we didn't like to see the whole of his body get pulled underwater or anything.
No, you've just got to take a run up, and then you can dance across the water. Look, watch me. So Nico will back up, take a run up, and then attempt to kind of like do a cartwheeling like spin flip across to this side over here.
Yeah. So
like a couple of contact points.
Yeah, just try to go. Hup, 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 hup.
Yeah.
Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check at disadvantage.
Ooh. 8.
Yeah, so Nico, you get about halfway, and when you're doing like a handspring, which and you're like, as you're doing a handspring, you feel something grab your wrists when your hands land in the water, and you're not quite quick enough to pull them out, so you kind of go up, and something grabs your wrists and slams you down into the water. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative. Felix, you're about halfway. You're sort of where you're at on top of Jeff's legs. Everyone go ahead and roll initiative.
Gaston's going to volunteer to go last because he's still sketching.
Okay.
I'm well on it. I rolled a natural 20.
Skippy was ready for something to go wrong with one of Nico's plans. What?
It was Felix that tipped me off, like wading into the.
I'm on 14.
Same Z's.
Felix and Nico are just fudging around in the water like, God damn it.
Need to
All
practice
right.
my acrobatics, clearly.
Yeah, so let's see. Let me go ahead and do this real quick.
Elementals weren't this fast in my younger days.
Yeah.
Just gotten slower, Nico.
No.
It
But
hasn't
clearly-
been that long since we fought some elementals. I mean, we
Yeah.
picked a fight with that storm god.
Oh yeah, the storm god.
Man, yeah, that was really easy.
Oh yeah, right before the cultists.
Yeah,
Before we
I remember I
rescued
did great
the
against them,
cultists.
but
I was
you guys
doing
don't
great. I
do
was
so
like-
great
I
with
was like
strength checks.
I was
That
like
when
water
I-
skiing
that
off
when
the
I,
back of
like,
the boat. That was
Stabbed
great.
myself inside the like swirling tornado with my sword. I think.
Yeah,
Yes,
that's when you
that's
used
right.
a sword.
Yeah.
Well, used is a strong term.
It's,
There, Boomer.
That's when
desperate
a
times.
sword was in your hand.
Sword used, I think.
Sword. In Soviet Russia, sword uses you.
Two. Gaston, you said you're going to go last. We'll put you on initiative 1.
Yep.
Okay. Boomer, 14, pretty good. All right, and then our water elemental.
It wasn't ready for this, right?
The baby elemental. Just playing around. Wants to help us find the air elemental.
Yeah.
It's got a +2, so it goes 14.
Oh, is this the one that's
Everyone's rolling
volunteering to
14s.
join with Skippy's barrel to flush it regularly so it has the opportunity to become a poison elemental in the future?
That's right. See?
Yeah.
Continuous professional development. That's what we're offering it.
How do we talk with elementals?
Loudly.
Boomer.
Hello.
Ooh, the methods were ready.
I was about to say, grab a mouthful of water and swish it around appropriately, and they'll understand that.
Gurgle.
Swish it around. That's generally how this works. Yeah. All right. So Skippy was on the ball. So we got Skippy. We got Nico. Nico or Boomer, who wants to go first?
Nico has a higher dex.
All right, and then Boomer, and then let's see. Oh wait, actually the methods are on 21, so they're just behind Skippy. So these things just sort of come up out of the mud. They look like, these little mud demons.
Ooh.
And then the water elementals there, and then Jeff and Felix, and then Gaston goes last.
What about Abigail?
Yeah, we can have Abigail get into combat.
Well, we don't want her in combat. We want her to run away.
No, I want her in combat. Let's see what she can do.
Mm,
Yeah.
Felix is all I'm uncomfortable with that.
Yeah, this story could become a tragedy.
yeah,
What do you mean
if
become?
Well,
continue,
more tragic.
we
there's
need
always
her to
room
get the
for more.
elemental.
There's always room for more tragedy.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Romeo, I don't know what happened to Juliet, but I heard she took some poison.
Oh no.
A little bit of poison doesn't hurt.
All right. Let's see.
The cough syrup.
All right, and then Abigail. Oh, Abby. It was
Hey,
fun.
Abby.
Oh my lord. That brought me back to my childhood.
All right, Skippy, you are up.
Can you tell me what I can see? I don't see any enemies.
You don't see the water elementals?
I don't see
No.
any enemies either. Hang
Yeah,
on.
I
Nope,
do not
they're all
also
invisible.
see any enemies.
I see them.
You
Let
see
me
them?
come out
Really?
and come back in.
Nico doesn't count. I was talking about actual enemies. Let me rephrase that. Other than Nico enemies.
So you don't think of me as an enemy yet? Oh, I'm not trying hard enough. Clearly.
I posted in the Discord.
I come out and come back in.
Let me in. Let me in, oh mighty GM.
Oh, let you in?
Well,
I came back
that's
out
very
and came
different than
back
what
in
I'm
again.
seeing.
Oh.
'Cause I couldn't see anything.
Yeah, let me summon
Usually,
everybody.
usually the
Then
only way to fix it.
I'm logging back in because I'm not seeing any of that.
Yeah, I'm gonna log out and log in.
Now I could see stuff.
What were you seeing before? Were you seeing the island or anything before? Or
I
I
can
was
see the
actually
island,
seeing
but
nothing
no
but water.
monsters. Yeah.
I could see all of us, but not any of the
Yep.
enemies.
Same.
Oh, now I'm on the wrong board.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, hold on, let me
So we've
make
got some little. I see the little mephit. Yeah, little mephit dudes.
I thought Skippy was on it.
3 water elementals.
Oh yeah, now I see. Okay, I see.
I only see water.
Oh, nice. 3 water elementals.
Are water elementals easier to hit with electricity?
give me a nature check or an arcana check. Nature or arcana.
Good news is if you're
17.
standing in salt water and you electrocute a salt water elemental, you'll probably be fine.
They are neither easier or harder to hit with electricity. You do know that poison isn't particularly effective against a water elemental.
Wish I had some Kool-Aid powder.
Oh yeah.
Do we know anything that is particularly good against? Like, if I could freeze them, that would probably be good.
Well, it's water.
Yeah.
Mm.
All right, so let's see. All right, so Skippy, can you see the board?
Yep.
Is everybody on the board?
Yep.
Yes, although Gaston should be much closer to Boomer.
Yeah, let's go ahead and move you up. Whoop.
There you go. And I'd be about 15 feet up. Thank you kindly.
There you go. All right, and then we got water elementals. Ooh. All right, Skippy, what would you like to do?
I want to. Let me see.
Shoot her.
So you see Nico is floundering around in the water, being held by this water elemental. Two other ones have sprung up on either side, and then you also see these evilly grinning little mud, look like little mud demons. Have
Can you try talking to him?
Do I know anything about about like which ones look like they're going to cause us most trouble?
So the water elementals are can definitely be nasty. It's really tough. So like, yeah, I mean, elementals are weird because they don't have they're very alien. They don't really have like their motivations are really inscrutable and weird because they're elementals, and so they're odd. But in terms, you definitely think the water elementals are going to be more dangerous than the little mud demons.
Okay, and we're pretty sure that they are being aggressive already, and they're not just being curious.
The water elementals for sure. You don't know about the mud demons.
Okay, then I will throw a frost flask cantrip at this nearest water elemental and follow it up with a regular ranged attack.
Okay, so you're gonna hit the one closest to you.
Yeah.
Elemental A.
Yeah. Because I don't want to freeze Nico.
How kind.
Oh, come on, get in there.
So it
Just
is.
tie all the bottles together and light the fuse. Throw it at Nico.
It needs to make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Constitution saving throw coming up.
Hmm.
7.
It fails.
Okay, how does it do?
It will take 11 damage.
Okay.
And I don't know if it gets any effective.
Yeah, so you hit with cold damage.
Yeah.
Yeah, so go. So yeah, you hit it with, so you throw this this ice, this alchemical mixture at it, throw this flask, it bursts. You can see that it begins to crystallize, and it starts to freeze, and you can see it's moving much more sluggishly than it was before.
Cool. Then I'm gonna also actually my cantrip. Can I? If it was just a cantrip. Oh yeah. Yeah, then I can use my warrior alchemist and do I'll follow it up then with a ranged attack.
Yep.
25.
Hits.
Excellent. And damage is 11.
Yep.
I will then move back a bit up here to get a gooder view, a better view.
More gooder.
A more gooder view. I think that's all I can do now. I guess it doesn't. I mean, it should also do a con check, a con save on poison, but I guess it's not going to do anything.
Yeah, you can see the poison sort of get washed off of your arrow. The thing turns like slightly green. You think you may have just made the water itself poisonous.
Wouldn't be the first time. Might encourage Nico to move a bit more quickly.
Yeah. All right. Anything else?
No, that's all. That's all I can do.
All right. So we're going with the first of the mud methods.
Unless I can shout at them.
You can shout. Go ahead.
Yeah, I'll shout like, just like, stay away from us, guys. If you want to live in
what language are you shouting in?
I will shout in common and I'll repeat myself in goblin.
Okay. They do not appear to understand what you're saying.
Okay. I could try and grung as well, but I guess that's not going to help.
All right. The little mud things, they think this is all kind of funny. Like you can see that they're clearly like smiling and kind of laughing. They're definitely pointing at Nico. And they think this is really funny.
Can I
So
like do any animal handling skills? Like, can I treat them as if they're? Because I have quite good animal handling abilities. If I can communicate with them in some way that way.
yes, most animals are elemental. Nope. Turns out animal handling doesn't apply to elemental forces of
the little
nature.
mud thingies. The mud thingies are not elemental, are they?
Well, so
Oh,
if you mixed a water elemental and an earth elemental together.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Animal handling. You're trying to pull any rogue bullshit on me, Deb. Like I know what's going on here. Like just trying to I'll do the thing like Dundee. Like this doesn't this work?
Yeah, man. Try.
I think she's got a point.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can try. Don't let me stop you from like
to dungeon our dragon. So
yeah, you can dungeon the dragon any way you want.
I would
But
like
the
to
dragon
perceive my way out of the elemental.
right, but the dragon will also dungeon you. All right. So this first one, thinking this is going to be super good fun, it flies up to sort of where you are, like up above Jeff, but looking right in your face, Felix.
Yeah.
And it sort of like takes a deep, you can see it kind of take this deep breath. And then it puffs up its cheeks and blows out this super thick, sticky, viscous mud at you.
Oh,
It's not mud.
And then because you're on Jeff, I need Jeff to make a dexterity saving throw to see if he can dodge you out of the way.
Nope.
No. All right. So you are covered in this thick, sticky mud, and you are restrained. So you're kind of stuck to Jeff. So it doesn't really, because you're riding on top of Jeff. It doesn't really flow down into like Jeff's legs, but it covers you. So you are restrained. Basically, you're kind of like stuck to Jeff.
Are my hands free?
Can't benefit from any bonuses. Speed, attack rolls against the creature have advantage. Your attack rolls have disadvantage. And you will have this. Nope. So your hands are free, so you can move your hands around. But you're basically just sort of stuck to Jeff. And the method thing thinks this is really funny, and it's then going to just sort of fly away from you.
Do I get an opportunity attack then?
You get one because it's sort of at your level. Jeff can't reach it, but you have disadvantage. You attack at disadvantage.
Okay. Where's my? All right. Well, let's give it a spell that I don't have to. Let's do a catapult, I guess, on it. Oh no, I can't target a creature with it. Oh yeah, I can. Right.
Yeah, catapult's one of those ones where like it technically you're targeting an object with the spell, and then you target a creature, but yeah, you target a single creature.
So are you good with that?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay. So
Oh, you can use spells for your reaction?
yeah, with the Warcaster feat.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Oh,
So
can you do is it cantrips or any spell?
It says where are features and traits. You can use a reaction to make an opportunity attack to cast a spell that has a casting time of 1 action and targets only that creature.
Yeah, there you go.
Ooh.
So I will catapult a rock or something, which I'm guessing there's stuff around, right?
Oh yeah. Like you're like there's tidal, you got rocks and little bits of stuff all over. Yeah, you can sling a rock at it.
Okay, so 18 deck save.
All right. Uh, 15.
Yay. Oh, that's pretty poor. 7 on 3d8.
God dang, dude. All right, it will take 7 damage. Yeah, you hit it with a rock. It's not laughing anymore. The other methods see this and they're like, "What the?" Let's see.
Could I have slung mud instead of a rock?
Yeah, you can throw mud at it.
A mud elemental.
Yeah.
There's mud in your eye.
Just making it bigger.
Make it a mud fight.
Yeah. Yeah, so you sling some mud at it. This method is going to fly up to you. All right. So it sort of does the same. It kind of comes up within range, and it's going to just take a swipe at you.
Okay.
But it does so with disadvantage as you are surrounded in sticky mud. So first one, oh, that's going to hit. Doubt we're going to crit, but we'll try. Nope. 18 or 21, whatever that first one was.
Yep.
Yep. So it's going to hit you for not too much. Uh, 7 damage.
Okay.
Slashes at you with its little stony claws. And then this last one, seeing that, stuff isn't great. People aren't, being cool. It moves up there. And then Nico, it is going to try to spit this viscous mud on you.
Am I underwater at the moment?
You are underwater. Well, you're sort of like splashed down, so you're sort of thrashing in the thing, and so it's just going to try to like just pile on with this viscous mud. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw.
All right. Oh, that was very nearly a 2. 27.
Yeah, you're fine. So yeah, like basically it spits, but like as you're thrashing around in the mud or thrashing around the water, like this mud kind of hits, but doesn't really stick to you, and it just sort of washes away. The method looks, understandably sad. Nico, you are up. So you have been knocked down by this water elemental.
Yeah, I was going to get the hell away from me, and I will.
Fucking water mimics. Water mimics.
Water mimics. Let's see. I will Eldritch Blast the water elemental next to me.
Yep.
For 17 to hit.
Oh, I guess technically they're supposed to face that way. Oops, there we go. 17 will hit. Yeah.
Okay. So it will take 4 damage and get blast, and its shadow will drag it 10 feet away from me.
Yeah. So you you roll over and you just go, water mimic, and you just let loose with this. You let loose with this blast. It hits the water, it hits the water elemental, and you can see it blasts some of the water back. And then everyone is sort of, kind of watching this take place. Everybody sees, you can see so the sun is behind you guys. It's shining, towards the west. It's sort of early in the morning. And you can see the shadow being cast by the water elemental. When Nico's blast hits it, you suddenly see, you can't, at first you think, oh, it's some weird cloud or something, and then you look up and it's not really cloudy, but you see a large shadow form behind the water elemental, and this massive hand. All of this is in shadow. There's nothing casting this. This large hand grabs the shadow of the water elemental, and when it does, you see the water elemental, like its shape changes to now match its shadow, and then the hand yanks, this clawed hand that's grabbed the shadow of the water elemental, yanks it back, and it flies back 10 feet.
What the hell, Nico?
Nico's got a giant hand too. Hand high five.
Hand 5. Nico has repelling blast, is what Nico has.
And so, yeah, this thing gets blasted back. It gets drugged back. It gets drugged back 10 feet by something that just grabbed its shadow and pulled it back.
And then the Mephit's going to get one of those in the face as well.
Okay.
Try and keep him in a line, Nico.
Yeah. 16.
16 will, I believe, hit the Mephit. Yes.
So he takes.
Oh, how much damage? How much damage did the elemental take?
4. They both took 4 damage.
Okay.
And got blasted back.
Yeah, the same thing happens to the Mephit. Like it just this shadowy form, a little bit smaller for the Mephit. You see this smaller little shadowy form grab the Mephit, and it looks like the Mephit is trying to struggle, like something is like wrestling it, but you can't, there's nothing physically touching it, and it gets yanked back.
And then I will, I'll blast the water elemental again. Ooh, that's only a 14 to hit.
Does hit. Yeah, these things aren't super.
All right. And he will take another 5 and get blasted back another 10 feet.
Okay. And there's no saving throw on the blast, right? Like if
there
the
is
thing
no
hits,
saving throw.
It knocks it back. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it gets blasted back. It gets dragged another 10 feet. Yeah, the same shadowy form just grabs its shadow and pulls it back. And so yeah, everybody sees this. Like everybody's like Nico's laying in the water, like he just rolls over and he's like, and like these shadowy bolts hit these things, and then just these without no source, nothing's casting them, just these shadows appear and drag the shadows of these things, and they get yanked back with their shadow.
By the way, Ed, the frost flask cantrip makes the elemental have disadvantage on its next weapon attack?
Oh yeah. It's it is slow, and it is very cold. Okay. So yeah, this
so I
guy.
shall,
What's this
yep.
guy's a blue ring? Yeah. Okay.
so I'll stand up, which is half my movement, I guess.
Yep.
And I shall bravely run away. So let's see, so that's 15 feet I can move. So it gets me to like there. Whoops. And then I shall use my cunning action to dash, which gives me another 30 feet. So I'm going to run over here and chill out with Skippy.
Yeah. Very brave. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice turn. Yeah. So everybody, so you Skippy, he runs over to you and you can see Skippy. He has just these shadows are just sort of coursing down his arms and his hands. You also notice that Ribbon is no longer on him. Like the sword is no longer like physically on him, but like as he's running towards you, you saw the weapon, but now when you look at him, it's gone.
I'll go to like slap Skippy on the back as I run past, like, ha ha, showed those guys.
Yeah, Gaston, from your vantage point, you had a very nice view of all of this.
Did something happen, Nico?
Yeah, I kicked their ass. Do you see that?
See, like, does Skip, when I see Nico's like shadowy, like,
Yeah.
I think it looks kind of cool. I mean, I think I would think it looks kind of cool and would try.
Oh,
and, like,
yeah.
There's like, so I'm like thinking like, yeah, the tattoos I have, like maybe I want to try and like copy this shadow theme.
Have you considered taking the Shadowfell as your Lord and Savior?
Gaston, oh, that's not funny. That's not funny, Nico.
Not okay.
It's not the same, and it's not funny, and you know it. You know, let me tell you about the Raven Queen.
You have time for the Raven Queen. She has time for you.
All right, Nico, anything else?
No, I think that's it.
All right, Boomer. Boomer, I have an idea for your axe, because you sort of as you're leveling up and you took a level in Barbarian, and you're sort of becoming more Barbarian. So this is a cool mechanic. Tell me what you think.
Okay.
I thought this was pretty badass. So you've discovered, sort of the your dad axe, has informed you that for your barbarianness, that you can pour some of your life energy into the axe to do extra damage. And so mechanically how this works is you can, on your first attack, so you can only do this once per round. On the first attack, you can before the attack, you kind of charge up the axe. You can spend any number of hit die up to your maximum, up to however much you have left. And you can add your Constitution modifier per hit die. And it adds damage to the axe. It adds extra damage to the attack, but you also take that damage. But you can, if you're raging, you can half it. But you'll take that damage. That you'll take the total extra damage, not the base plus the extra, but you'll take damage equal to the extra.
I'm down with this.
Yeah, I thought that was a super cool, that's a cool sort of balancing thing where you can spend, so you spend hit die, and so you can potentially do a ton of extra damage, but you will take that damage,
Right.
that extra damage, but if you're raging, because it's the damage is actually necrotic. So you can half that damage.
Okay.
But this is something that your dad axe is sort of powering as you're sort of becoming more one with the barbarian, and this sort of goes with the that you were able to manifest a spirit, like your axe is gaining your ability. It's like really able to kind of like drink some of that. You can kind of feed the axe a little bit.
Nice.
Yeah, it's
I'm down with it.
necromancy.
No. Totally different.
But I'll add that. I'll add that to the thing. So yeah. So basically, you can spin hit die. So like when you really need to like land a hit, like you can fucking land a hit.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
What
Let's
happens
do
if he
this.
doesn't hit? Just nothing.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah,
Do
the hit die aren't spent. Damage isn't
Okay.
done. So it's only if you want to do it on the first attack, you can charge it up and attempt to hit.
All right. Well, let's try that out. I'm a rage.
Okay.
Whoa. Going Super Saiyan.
Then I'm going to go and I'm going to jump in the air.
Yep.
Fwah. I'm gonna jump on this fucker.
Come down hard.
Yep. Raging.
Yep.
I'm gonna do all the things.
All the things.
And I'm gonna do that thing.
Okay. Yeah. So you after communing with your dad axe, you sort of learned that you can channel your own life energy into it. So this also fuels your rage because it counts as right. So yeah, you're you learn to sort of fuel your life energy into the dad axe to power up the spiritual component of it to do extra damage.
Let's go ahead and spend 3 barbarian D12s.
Yep.
So do that.
I think
And
this was just
here we
Ed trying
go.
to find a way to drop a boomer faster.
Great weapon and all the things. Uh, 17.
Will hit.
Yes. Yes. So so 29 plus
God damn.
Yeah.
3d12s now.
23.
All right, so you'll take half of that.
So I'll take-
You'll take half of that 23.
Okay.
If he crits, does he double all of the hit die as well?
Wow.
Yeah,
Oh,
That seems
yeah,
fair.
but he would also take double because he takes
yeah.
whatever the extra damage is, he would take that damage half if he's raging.
That's a risky thing.
Well, and you're spending hit die too, so
Yeah.
okay, so let's see. So it was 10. So yeah, it was 26 plus 2.
51.
So 20, it was what, 28 for the first one and then 23?
Oh,
Yeah.
52.
God dang.
So I take like what, 11?
yeah.
Yeah, so you take 11 damage.
Cool.
Yeah, so you have clearly wounded this thing. Like I mean, uh-oh. I lost connection. Oh no. Oh no, we're good. Whew.
Second attack.
You know, it's not that you lost connection, it's that boomer hit so hard.
You hit so hard, like reality like warped just for a moment.
I guess it 24 hits.
24 will hit. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. See, I only show one roll. I'm only seeing one roll in the log. Like I just saw the 4.
Oh, a 4.
It's
I-
showing on mine both rolls.
Yeah, I see both rolls.
I see both
Hmm.
rolls too.
That's so weird. Yeah, I only see one.
Sorry,
Anyway.
I hit you. I
His
hit you
second
so
roll was a
hard.
crit. His second roll is always a crit.
Oh, it's always a crit. All right.
Yeah.
Damage.
Oh, there it is. Now I see it. That's
Oh,
weird.
get to re-roll that too. 29.
29. God dang.
Oh my god. You're right, it does balance things out because before Boomer was really struggling to land the big hits.
Is that 81 damage in
In one round.
one round?
Doesn't he still have a third swing or something?
If he crit.
Are
No.
you water?
Or if he kills it.
I never drink you
Um,
or bathe in you.
But you used your bonus to rage, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
All right. Yeah. So you beat the bejesus out of this water elemental. Like you just come down and hit it. It's still up, but yeah, it's
It's like, what did I do?
yeah.
I'm sorry.
All right. Water elemental is up.
I'd run away, water elemental.
Yeah, they're not that smart.
I don't think
Like
you need to
turkeys.
be that smart to, you know.
Well, and to
Ow.
be fair, it doesn't die. It just gets banished back to the elemental plane of water.
Well, I mean, you don't have to die, but I mean, if you get the shit kicked out of you, you probably want to go away.
How bad?
I mean, getting beat up's getting beat up.
Boomer was getting beaten up, would he run away?
Oh, that's a good point.
Hold on. Nico doesn't have to be beat up before he runs away.
That's right.
All right. I forgot the water elementals are actually this size.
I respect your strength, water elemental.
Oh, they big.
There
Oh
we go.
shit!
They're actually like that.
Hmm.
There we go. All right. So Boomer.
Oh no, I'm not taking a bath.
Aren't you? All right. I need you to make a yes, so who's just gonna try this? Well, again, they're not very smart. So I need you to make a strength saving throw.
You got it.
Is everyone else in initiative order?
And I've come out of it.
Okay.
25.
Yeah, I'm out of initiative as well.
And Ed lost connection. The initiative went away.
Just making sure
I
it wasn't just me.
I still see you guys as in.
Let me. I can still see you moving around. But
Here, let me see if we can go out of initiative. And if we go in, all right. Are you
oh yeah,
in
there
it?
we go. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. All right, so yeah, Boomer, this thing tries to sort of swamp you, all watery and whatnot. It does not succeed. It tries to sort of surround you and consume you in its watery grasp. It does not succeed. Yeah, so that one's done. This one is going to move towards you because it's the only one that it can reach because it's all frozen. It moves sort of stiffly. You can hear the water crack, or the ice crackling and breaking as it's moving. It moves really, really slow. But it just sort of like moves towards you, and Jeff, And I need you guys to make strength saving throws for me.
Can Jeff make one for me?
No.
All right. So Jeff gets a +3,
All right.
16.
Yep, Jeff's gonna be okay.
And I get a +0 for 6.
Yee.
Doesn't
All
the
right.
mud, aren't I like welded with mud onto Jeff?
What's up?
Didn't the mud like weld me to Jeff?
Yeah, I got super good news. The mud has been washed away and you are no longer restrained.
Yay.
Super good news, everybody.
Yep, you are no longer restrained. Jeff manages to sort of break free of the thing's sort of whelming grasp. You do not, and you are now trapped inside of its water. You're restrained again, but not by mud. So cool. And so yeah, Jeff gets pushed out. Boomer, yeah, you got pushed out. And Jeff, yeah, Jeff gets pushed out. Felix, you are now trapped inside this water elemental, and you're going to take a little bit of damage as you are pummeled by the water and rocks inside this thing. Not much. 12,
And the
12
ice
damage.
water now. It's hard.
Ice water, yeah. So, yeah, there's
Hard water.
shards. There's shards of ice. It takes a little bit of slashing damage. It's a little bit chilly, but you're not bothered by the cold.
Well, that's what I was asking, if it could be cold damage.
Okay,
No,
Elsa.
it's bludgeoning.
You sure?
Yeah. All right. And then
So what did I take?
what was it? 12 damage.
Okay.
And then this one is also going to move towards you, Boomer. And did you attack recklessly?
I did.
All right. It is going to, so it's got a, oh, here, let's do it this way. So it's got a +7 on each of these.
Cool.
And you have, so we'll give it advantage. First attack, I'm guessing a 15 hits or 20,
Yeah.
sorry, 25 hits.
Yeah.
And then second attack, a 26.
No.
Nope. Okay. So yeah, 2 of those hit you. So first one hits you for 11. Second one hits you for 17. So total of 28, so 14 damage.
Okay. Cool.
And that's all that. Felix,
All right.
you can use your action to try and escape the water.
All right. Am I
Or-
able?
Or you can command Jeff to try and pull you out.
Yeah, I'll have Jeff give a tug. I'll have Jeff give me a tug.
All right.
Ha ha ha.
Give me a strength check for Jeff.
+3. You can do it, Jeff. 13.
Jeff gets pulled in. No, just kidding. He does not manage to pull you out, but he doesn't get pulled in, and he doesn't
Can
take any
he
damage.
Stabilize me at least. So I can like,
Stabilize you?
he's got a hand on me, so I'm not like just whipping all over. Like I'm actually like in a position.
Oh, no. You're
Okay.
kind of getting tumbled up. Jeff kind of like he grabs hold of you and he's not able to pull you out, and he loses his grip, and you're still inside the water elemental.
All right. Can I aim a spell while I'm in there or no?
Can you aim a? Yeah, you're restrained. If you
Okay.
cast a spell with a verbal component, you will no longer be holding your breath.
Okay. That's fine. Because I want to cast Cone of Cold,
Right?
and we'll go kind of that direction.
Yeah, give me an Arcana check to aim as you're kind of being tumbled in there. Like, give me an Arcana check as you're like, all right, let me see if I can get this thing to go.
29.
Oh yeah, you're like, if you ever seen when you like if squirrels get like thrown out of a tree or they're like going like their head locks onto it, even though their body is twisting every which way, but their head locks on and like never loses sight of where they're gonna land. You do the same thing. Like your body is moving all over the place, but your head locks on to, you're looking through the water, and yeah, you let rip with some Cone of Cold.
All right.
So I'm guessing you hit Boomer and everybody.
I'm not trying to hit Boomer.
Hit him.
I don't care.
I could get that without hitting him if I can aim it that way, because the thing is huge.
Yeah.
It's fine. It'll be funny.
So
Boomer's all that ice golem's back, son of a bitch. I knew
him
it.
again.
I knew
right.
it.
So 18 con check.
All right.
And
My
I'm
old
guessing. I mean, 'cause
enemy.
you hit this water elemental, you hit this water elemental, the Mephit, this water elemental, and this one.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And
for
Boomer a little bit.
34. I mean, maybe a toe.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Freezes toe.
All right. So Constitution saving throw.
Yep.
Let's get some con checks in there. All right.
Question: if he's flailing and tagging Boomer, is Gaston also in the AOE of that thing?
No. He is aiming towards the. You're okay. You're out of it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, because you're flying. You're way up here.
Yep. Just the angle I was at, I didn't see if I was covered by that or not.
No, you're
way
fine.
Out.
Yeah, you're way out. All right, con check for first water elemental. Elemental A gets a 23.
Oh.
Yep. Elemental B gets a 23.
Man, what?
Elemental C gets a 16.
All right.
All right. So Elemental C fails, and then we need the Mephits. We got two of the Mephits.
Mm-hmm.
What do we got? Mephit B and Mephit A. All right. Mephit A. Oh, I was like, what the hell?
Wait, you didn't give them real names. You just like numbered them.
Water elementals don't get names.
That's just poor writing.
They have an intelligence of 5. I don't think they have identities, to be super honest. All right. So Method A gets an 8. Method B gets a 8.
Okay.
All right. So two of the methods fail, and one of the water elementals fail. Water elemental C fails.
So those guys will take 34 damage.
Oof. Yeah.
And the other 2 elementals will take 17 cold damage.
All right. So these take 17. So you take 17. Good. You
Did I
take the
kill a
one.
Mephit?
You killed both methods.
All right, they become frozen statues.
Yeah. So it's actually pretty funny because methods when they die explode and mud goes everywhere, and normally people would have to you'd have to make checks.
Could an water elemental be restrained by mud?
No. But because you froze them, so they explode, but they're all and like the mud starts to explode, and then it just goes and freezes. And so like there's these frozen mud balls sort of mid-explosion that are frozen, like just these frozen exploding mud balls.
So do these mephits have internal organs that are visible in the frozen state?
They're half exploded, but yeah,
Oh,
like they're coming apart. You can see like their anatomy is like halfway in between their sort of solid form and their just exploded mud form. And it's in this in-between state, and it's caught, sort of frozen in this in-between state.
Gaston stops putting away the sketch pad and just stops and flips to a clean page.
You actually kill this last elemental, Felix. This was elemental C, the one that failed.
Blood.
I killed the ice golem.
And so it freezes. It just freezes solid. Like the water is no longer flowing. It just freezes into this solid form in front of Boomer.
Is that the one I've been asking for its lunch money?
I don't remember you hitting that one. Felix killed it. And so it's Felix just sort of got it in one blow. That was pretty amazing. Really, really talented, the wizard.
Yeah.
So is the one that is
My hero.
the one that I'm currently wrestling, is it more icy now as it's been colded again?
Oh yeah, it's full of just slashing and bludgeoning ice chunks, just moving around. Yeah, it gets it's you hit it with the cold. So after its turn, the ice started to fall. Like on its turn, the ice starts to fall and it's able to like move again. Then you blasted it again. And it's like. And so both of these guys are now dead, and they are frozen.
And I got 10 hit points for killing stuff with a spell.
Yay!
Hey, does it have a soul?
Pretty sure they don't.
No. Elemental stuff? No.
Harsh.
Well, even if you try really hard.
I'm not gonna waste my reaction on that.
All right, Gaston.
Gaston flies down to one of the exploded elementals near Boomer, or not the exploded elemental, but the exploded mephit near Boomer, and begins to sketch. And that's the end of his turn.
Okay.
Wow.
Good job, Gaston.
Solid move.
Yeah.
Ice is solid.
Solid.
It's a rare opportunity to see the internal functions of a mud mephit. Normally, no one gets to look at this sort of thing.
So yeah, you fly down right near it like that?
Yep.
Okay.
It's not going to go anywhere. Like, it'll still be dead in a minute.
Yeah, but it might thaw out.
Right? And then it'll ooze and all of the important data will have been destroyed and not as clear. So you got to get it while it's cold.
Well, it's fresh.
So Abby, seeing that Felix is trapped inside of this water elemental, she yells, she's like, she yells, she's like, Felix, no! And she runs towards the water elemental, and she's going to attempt to pull you out.
Oh God. No.
She fails.
No.
She fails real bad.
Can I have telepathically told her no? Like
she does not listen.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Oh.
She runs forward and tries to pull you out. She yells at Jeff to get off his bony ass and do something. And Jeff looks at her and he's like, I'm trying. Right? Like, did you not see me with the water and everything? All right. Skippy, you're up.
Like, can I just shout at Abigail to get out of the way? She's gonna get an arrow in the back if she's not careful.
Everybody nods at this. Everybody's like, yeah, that's true. Like she's not Skippy, not joking.
So Felix is inside this one that's in front of me.
Mhm.
Is that correct? Okay, let me see. I think then I will, and Boomer is over here.
Time
I
for
want-
start lobbing grenades.
yeah.
Would a grenade free me from the elemental?
Yep.
Would you like a grenade in your face, Felix?
Because it would. So you're inside the thing. It would essentially get blown off of you.
Is it frozen now, the elemental?
It's not frozen solid, but it is. It's like a slushy.
I don't really want to freeze him inside it.
Give it a go.
I'm resistant to cold, so go for it.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
How bad is it looking?
Oh, it's not that bad.
the elemental.
Yeah,
It's
elemental.
it's
Oh,
not.
imagine
It's,
my situation.
it's still doing okay.
But that's the one that I attacked last time, right?
Yep.
So it gets disadvantage if I were to use an alchemical attack now.
You are correct. It would have disadvantage on any saving throws made to avoid that damage.
Oh. Nah, I can't.
What's going to be super funny, hit it with something with fire and turn it into boiling water.
No,
Boiling
I'm not
acid.
resistant to that.
I will. I think everything I can do is gonna just cause more damage to all the people around. I'm gonna run over here.
Do that damage. Do that damage.
I'm gonna run over here and let's just check I can. Yeah. I'm gonna do the same as last time and lob a frost flask at this guy on the left. That one, yep.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. So it should just hit, I guess.
It's got to make a saving throw.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me see. A con save. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Yeah. So you pull one of these things out, pull the cork on it, and you're tossing it at.
Actually, can I lob it? Because Boomer, you're resistant to cold, right?
Yeah, he's resistant to cold. Yeah.
Then
I'm
will
resistant to everything.
I'll lob it into the in between the two of them, so it should. So both the elementals have to make a save, and Boomer will as well.
You can only throw it at a target.
Oh, okay. Is it not
Yeah.
5 feet? Is it? Oh no, it's not a.
Yeah, it's a target. You gotta hit
Then
a
I will
single
go
target.
for the one. I'll go for the one on the left. And then-
On the
You
left.
could,
Okay.
you could throw it at Boomer, and that would get both of them. Probably.
No, it wouldn't. It would just-
All right. Makes a con saving throw.
Yeah.
All right. 8.
Yeah, it fails.
How much damage are we talking?
We are talking 12.
Nice.
Yeah, it takes 12 damage and it is slowed.
And I will follow up then with my ranged attack. Oh dear, that was almost a 1, Boomer. I rolled 12. So I guess
You do not hit. Arrow flies, the water sort of separates and it flies right through.
that sucks. I've got a plus 10 to hit.
Yeah, its AC isn't very high either.
Yeah, that's all I can do, I guess.
Okay.
Other than looking a little bit ashamed.
What did I have to roll?
You don't have to do anything.
Okay,
You're good.
cool.
Oh, that sucks.
All right. All right, so yeah, it is frozen. So how much slowed is it with the ice flask?
It says that it gets disadvantage on. Oh no, hold on, I'm reading the wrong one. It was disadvantage on attacks. It didn't say that it was slowed actually. It just
Oh, there you
says-
go. Yeah, and has disadvantage on the next weapon attack roll
Yeah.
it makes before the end of its next turn. Yeah, so it is slow. Well, because it's ice and you froze it, it's slowed and it has disadvantage because of the potent alchemical brew. All right, Mud Mephit. This one. It sees that things are trying to help you out of the water, and it's not cool with that. So it is going to, not you. It's going to fly over and it's going to spit mud at. Well, it's going to. Let's see if it does. It spit mud at Jeff. Let's see. Let's see if it spits mud at Jeff. No, it does not spit mud at Jeff. It just attacks Jeff. It attacks Jeff. 22 to hit.
Ouch.
Yep.
And Jeff will take a mighty 6 worth of damage
Okay.
from the mud method. And mud method C, of course, is no longer amongst the living. All right, Nico.
All right.
You said 6 for Jeff?
6 for Jeff, yeah, 6 damage.
Okay.
Let's see, how far am I away from this fun action? So Felix is still inside the elemental, is that right?
That's right.
Well, I'm going to try and blast that elemental off of him.
Yep.
So, yeah, I'm going to sort of say, ha, this is pretty cool. And yeah,
Just
blast
Nico
him
not
into-
fully appreciating like the power that it, like this sort of manifests, and he's like, "Wow, this is awesome."
Yeah, he's just like, I get the feeling that, like, being plugged into the distorted portal with the stake kind of amped him up a little bit, and he hasn't quite figured out exactly how much that's happened yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, so elemental 18 to hit, 19
Hits.
to hit, sorry.
Yeah, hits.
Takes a mighty 2 damage.
Yeah, again, you see the shadow form, and Felix, you feel like you feel something kind of brush up against you, but there's nothing there. Like, but you can feel something is like grappling this water, and it just yanks it off of you. So you're left standing there as this thing is shoved backwards. Gets shoved off of you. And you're just sort of kind of stand there like, the hell just happened? And this water almost just shifts back, and then you can see that this large shadow that was next to the water elemental shadow just disappear. There was nothing there to cast it.
Do it again.
Are these 2 methods still alive?
The only one that's alive is this one. This one is frozen, and that one's frozen.
Okay. Yeah, I'll blast this method as well.
Okay,
Let's see.
come on, roll a 1, hit Jeff.
26. Sorry.
Yeah,
Hit Abigail. Fuck.
you
What's
hit
she
that
doing
method.
For a mighty 1 damage.
Ooh. But it does get its shadow gets yanked.
Yeah.
And it flies back.
Some shadows would pay good money to get yanked.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
And then I'm gonna like glance over and see Gaston like dicking around with that other Mephit, and I'm just gonna blast the Mephit's corpse right out.
you fire a bolt right under his book at the like, and he's like leaned down, like studying it intently. So he's about to just get blasted with a bunch of mud. So it is prone, so you have disadvantage on the attack.
Yeah, that's cool. I'll take those odds. That's a risk I'm willing to take on Gaston's behalf.
A 1 works either way.
13.
Will still hit.
So the frozen corpse takes 8 damage.
Oh
and,
yeah.
Explodes 10 feet away.
So yeah, it gets blasted. Gaston, give me a dexterity saving throw.
My 15.
Good enough, I believe. So you have managed to avoid being fully encased in this mud. You do
Important thing is I'm protecting the book. I'll take the mud. The book does not get the mud.
Yeah, Gaston dives to cover the book. Yeah, like dives to cover the book. You get splattered with mud. You're not like encased or restrained or anything, but you do get splattered with mud, and it's pretty sticky. Like you can tell it's going to take some scrubbing to get this off your armor.
Yeah, just through the telepathic bond, I'll be like, head in the game, Gaston. We've got time for drawing pictures later.
Gaston is speechless for once. He's just like spluttering.
Just literally spitting mud out. But
I was trying, but you nearly got the book, and I just. Ah!
Am I psychically linked with you guys as well?
I think you're all linked. Yeah.
You guys just hear like DuckTales, the theme song coming from me. Life is like a hurricane.
Water elementals, not a hurricane.
oh,
That's later.
Airplanes.
so this one, I forgot. Yeah, this one's actually that one's down. It was frozen solid, but it had 0 hit points. Boomer, you are up.
Fuck your couch. Yeah. I'm gonna mix it up a bit here and do all the things.
Barbarian? Ah! Okay, 30 damage.
Mix it up a bit here and do only 300 points of damage.
Yeah. Does a 26 hit?
Yep.
Ooh.
No.
All right. And then 27 damage.
All right. Are you spending any hit die?
Oh, I thought just the first.
You can do it once per round.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Fuck this. Yeah. Why not? Why not? I got hit die to spare. I got a shit ton of hit die.
See, that's what we like people to say.
I'm sure
3
Ed
days
hasn't-
without a long rest.
Yeah.
Don't got any more of that hit die.
Any more of that hit die.
You know what? I'll be a little bit more conservative with it. So we're gonna do 3 hit die again.
Could be a little bit more.
Is that what you did
conservative.
last time?
Same number.
Yep.
How many hit points does Boomer have now, Max?
145.
Yeah. I'm doing all right. So that 27 gets an additional. Do I get to re-roll the 2 and the 1?
Do you? Oh, no, this isn't your weapon.
Okay. An additional 13 to that 27.
Remember, you also add your Constitution modifier to each of those
Oh.
die.
And that's what is that?
So 13. What's your Constitution modifier?
4.
So 12. So another 12. So 26. on top of that. So you'll take 13 of that. You'll take 13 damage
Okay.
from the, so you're giving that. So it was 27,
Yeah.
27 plus 26. So 43.
50. 53.
53.
Second attack.
Does this look any different to us, the way he's attacking?
Yeah, when he does that first attack, when he when he's sort of powering up, you can see there's energy sort of flowing from Boomer into the axe.
It's like necrotic damage, right? What does that look
It is.
like?
Oh yeah, it's so you're seeing like it looks like, yeah, he's raging, and there's sort of this it's sort of this black and red energy.
Crit.
You know, I think
You
our
crit?
group has a lot of
I
very
crit.
wholesome special effects that surround us and go wherever we go. I mean,
Yeah.
our special effects definitely scream good guys.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it's what I'm getting from this.
All right, so yeah, you critted on the second one.
Oh my god, it's gonna be messy.
So 26. So I have brutal critical now.
Yeah. Which means
I add an additional die roll to my crit.
yep.
So I got a 26.
Does it do it automatically in D&D Beyond?
It's not. So how should I do this?
Just roll the dice, I guess.
Yeah, just roll another D12.
Okay. 7.
All right, man. So how much
Well, roll
damage are we
the-
looking at?
I'm not entirely sure.
I can't add up numbers that high.
So your
I
max,
don't
so
have
your
enough
your
dice.
maximum. You know what? Don't worry. It only had 23 hit points left. So like whatever
Well, I
whatever
want
you
to
did, you
figure
did-
this out too. I want to know how much I.
I want to know.
So my maximum would be.
Express it in standard form.
Um,
5 times 10 to the 15.
so would have been 22 would have been my maximum, or no? That doesn't sound right.
Well, so what's your modifier?
Well, +7 normally, but I guess an
No,
additional plus.
no, your damage modifier. What's your
My-
damage modifier? +7?
Yeah, well, yeah, +7 with an additional +3 because of raging.
Because you're right. So 10
10.
plus 10 plus 12.
Yeah.
So 20.
32.
So 32 is your maximum. So 32 plus, and then what'd you roll?
7.
So 39. And then what'd you roll in the second one?
Well, I rolled a 26 and then the 7.
Well, no, what'd you roll in the die? Just the die.
Oh, I didn't see what the actual die roll was. See what if I can check back and see what it was.
It didn't come up in mine.
Yeah, I can't see it either.
I saw 7. Is that what you just rolled?
Yeah, that's what I just rolled.
Yes,
Yeah.
I see 7.
There's a damage roll, but it didn't show the numbers.
So you said 26, right?
Yeah.
So that's minus 13. How'd you roll a 30? Oh no, that's not 30, minus 20, right? Yeah, minus 20. So you rolled a 6. So a 6 so it's a 32 plus 13. So 49,
Cool.
right? 32 plus 13, 45. 45. So yeah, you did 45 damage. So 45 plus 53. So total in that round, you did a bunch.
Yay. Is there
Help.
still things to hit?
Yeah, there's one over there.
Hello.
I got a bonus attack now. Can I jump up and land near it?
Yeah, you get so you basically you hit this water elemental and then you jump through it. So there's like you come through it, you splash through this this splitting water elemental, you just blast through the water, coming towards the other one, just you're mostly pissed because you've been forced to take a bath, like you're wet, like
Right.
you've been like covered in water. Your mohawk, the ambergris, we'll say, that was holding your mohawk up has been slightly washed out, so your mohawk is sort of tilting to one side.
Shameful.
Second beard is dripping wet and just sort of flapping in the wind.
Horrible. All right. Again, all the things. Fuck this, guys. 17.
Will hit.
All right. Yay. You guys are doing great.
Well, Felix killed 2 mephits and a water elemental.
We're
Right.
the only one killing stuff, Boomer.
Your son's been
31.
working. You guys have been playing. He's just working.
Nah, we're putting in work.
31.
You're playing with the mud.
Yeah. 31. Yep, nice.
Can't wait till we like fight some fleshy things.
Yeah, I have a feeling there's going to be a lot less souls on the elemental island.
Let's do that.
Like, I probably should not have prepared the soul cage.
You don't know.
I mean,
All right. This thing is going to attack you, Boomer, because you're right in its face. And
Cool.
It's not super smart.
no, that's fair.
So it's going to attack you for, and it's got a +7 on these. It's got advantage because you're.
Yeah.
That's a
crit.
crit.
Nice.
So first one crits, second one
Almost crits.
almost crits, but definitely hits. All right, so you will take. All right, so it's going to be. So it crits on that one, so it does 20 is where we're starting. +20 +8, so 28 plus 12, so 30, 40. So you'll take 20 damage.
I'm out of the hundreds.
I'm down to double digits, you guys. I'm down to double digits.
Like, I would
Boomer
require
needs
some sort of
healing.
buff to be in the triple digits.
Boomer needs healing.
What?
Raging
What?
Boomer
Healing,
needs
healing?
healed badly.
Quick,
I'm coming,
shove
Boomer.
it up me butt.
Yeah, Skippy's on it.
I
Just
still
put the
actually have
cleric up there.
I've got the weaponized version, so I can get you at a distance.
Yeah, she says, I'm gonna put this thing on an arrow. Hope I don't miss. Yeah,
I mean-
aims a tad low, just all backsack. It's the opposite of healing. Oh God!
It's an arrow through it, and then the healing potion just sort of dribbling over it, so it heals and then tears again, and then heals.
Why?
Ah, hit me right in the stones.
If I knew the launch codes, I'd tell you. Felix, you're up.
Do I think that these mephits speak celestial?
Give me an Arcana check.
Pretty sure they speak primordial.
29.
Yeah, most elementals are going to speak primordial. The water elementals are going to speak Aquan as well.
Okay. We're gonna have Jeff has a special mission now to guard Abigail.
Guard slash
the-
restrain.
Hey! Nobody puts baby in a corner.
Instead, they put baby in a skeleton. That's so much.
I'm gonna put baby in a skeleton cage and have said skeleton cage walk baby's ass a safe distance away.
Yep. And then
And I had the time of my life, and I owe it all to you.
yep, and then we're gonna
No
walk up
caps.
to the mephit and we're gonna try and shock the shit out of it.
Nice.
21
Oh, that'll hit.
or 15.
Nice. Yeah, you grab this method and you shock it real good. You see some of the moisture in it begins to sort of boil and steam as the electricity courses through its little method body.
And then I'll just call back to Abigail, like, we're fine, stay back, let Jet protect you.
Like, she's all, no, I can help. I want to take part in this adventure, Felix. You were in trouble there. It's so dangerous. Jeff's like, all right, just calm it down, just move it back.
From a distance.
Jeff slaps her. You're hysterical.
What do you think this is? Airplane?
The second head slaps her too. All right. Anything else, Felix?
Nope.
All right. Gaston.
Gaston is checking the book to make sure there's no mud on it, and then cleaning himself off. And then he's going to flip off Nico, cross his arms, and that is going to be the end of his action.
All right.
Gaston,
He is
what the
pulling a
hell?
full-on shit
This
face
gives
shit
Nico-
because he got covered in mud.
Yeah. Gives Nico the mud covered double barrel.
Oh, Gaston's having a stroke.
Not the book.
Don, come on.
Abigail. Let's see, what's Abigail gonna do? Abigail attempts to. She's gonna try to launch a little bit of fire at this thing.
What level is Abigail?
What level is she?
Yeah, what level caster?
Well, she told you she was pretty high level. Like she was like, I'm pretty good because good. But if you remember, she was essentially working receptionist.
Yeah.
The thing.
I'm pretty good. I'm great with spells.
Yeah. So she is.
Shoot, she's 35th level.
Yeah. Turns out she's actually Silver Hand in disguise. Like she.
I'm just gonna cast a 9th level fireball.
At Gaston's book.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering if I could teach her any moves, I guess.
I
Oh
bet you
yeah.
can. Oh,
Oh yeah.
If I could share any secrets out of my book and put it into her book.
Yeah, Abigail is
Show her the ropes.
Yeah. Just throw a couple of ropes of friendship at her. Yeah. She is a 7th level caster.
Okay, that's all right.
Yeah, she's all right. She's doing okay. I mean, she hasn't gotten out much. Like a lot of her stuff is pretty like utility type stuff. But she's been dying to try out this whole firebolt thing. She learned it, never really had an occasion to use it.
You said firebolt or fireball?
We'll see.
Because I'm about to counterspell Abigail. She's about to fireball.
No.
I said the words. I said the words.
No, firebolt. She's gonna. She thinks she can aim it over your head.
Oh, great.
All right. So let's see. She's got a.
Ooh.
Hey.
Oh yeah. No, she's she's turning it up. So what's this? Couple of D10.
The sniper.
She does 8 damage to it. Oh, she kills it.
Ooh.
Felix, I need you to make a dexterity saving throw for me.
Thanks,
Here we
honey.
go. 16.
Oh yeah, you're fine. You managed to you sort of dodge back out of the way as this thing goes and explodes into mud. And you look back at Abigail and she's all, you look back, she's like,
Good shot.
it explodes. She looks at, she goes, oh, it worked. It worked.
What do you mean it worked? You weren't sure if it was gonna work.
She's like, oh, I mean, no, just interesting the effects it has on these elementals is all I meant. Ha ha ha. But you see her looking at her hands. She's like, oh. Skippy.
What's the elemental in front of me looking like now?
It is dead.
Oh,
Boomer split it in half.
okay. Is
The old
Gaston
Moses.
looking? No.
Yeah.
Then I guess I will just attack this one. Is this one partially frozen?
No.
Then do I think? I guess like a regular attack would still do something against it.
Oh yeah, totally.
Yeah. Then I will just go for a 3.
You do. I mean, you do have a magic. Your bow is +1, so.
Yeah. 14.
We'll just hit.
I will just roll all 3.
Yeah.
22 and oh shit, a 12. So
12.
No,
You roll a
not
1.
No, I rolled a 2.
Oh, okay. I was like, oh, Boomer's getting an arrow in his ass. So 2 of them hit.
So that will be a total of 24.
Nice.
What, 21?
13 plus 9, 22. 22, sorry.
22. All right, there you go. You launch a couple of arrows into it. It's still up, but it's looking a little less raging river and more fierce trickle.
I will I'll run over. Oh, I can't. Oh, can I? Yeah, I can.
Yeah, you can run.
I'll run over here as well, however far I could. Not into
Yeah.
the water.
Run over to the ball of roiling shadows that is Nico.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a good look at these tattoos again, making a mental image.
Yeah, so I mean, you notice that at this point they're not tattoos. Like they are 3-dimensional. Like they're off of his skin, and they're moving.
Man.
They're moving not in his skin, but over his skin.
Yeah, was it always like that, Nico?
Nope, this is a new thing.
Oh, what?
You've got like some flies or something following you around. What's like?
It's just this
Yeah,
stupid.
that looks-
It's just the swamp. We find what's around
But
here.
it's not like I don't have any.
Yeah, it's just, there's shifting light all over the place. Anyway, bye.
You got poison skin. Bugs stay off of you. Anyway.
I will.
Can I like try and like while Nico's doing his stuff, I'm gonna try and like poke them.
I'm like running off. So
yeah.
move.
So as you go to poke him, like you try to like poke the thing, the shadow, a hand forms out of the shadow and slaps your hand away.
They're not flies.
Are you
I'm
thinking
quite good at nature checks.
mosquitoes, maybe? Anyway, move and
probably mosquitoes. You're right. It's not flies.
So I'm going to move and I'll cunning action to dash over to this elemental.
Yep.
And then I shall reach out and form Riven.
Yep.
To stab it. Get some stabby action.
Yeah. So you stab, as if you had ribbon, but it forms like as you're extending your arm, like the ribbon is forming, the blade is forming as you go.
It's a real hex weapon now.
Yeah, that's not creepy at all. This is totally normal.
Totally normal, totally fine.
The new normal.
The new normal.
Everyone agrees it's normal. Deception 14.
Yeah. Let's see. 24, what's a hit?
Yeah, that'll hit.
And yeah, I'll put a bit of the old Terror Blade on it as well, just for even less creepy action.
Yep.
Oh, and I can sneak attack because there's no one else near me, which is good. So we will do
Boomer's
11.
right there.
Hmm?
Boomer's right there.
Is he? Oh, he's under. No, he's more than 5 feet from me.
Yeah.
Oh,
because the thing's 10 feet. It's big.
Yeah. What did
I'm strong enough.
got 11 plus sneak attack. Wow, it sucked. 23 plus. Well, that was better. 37 total.
Yep. So yeah, you reach out, your shadowy blade forms, sinks into it, and as it does so, the water momentarily flashes to an inky black and then dissipates and dies. When Nico laughs, you can hear distinctly 2 different voices.
I hear you.
Yes,
we are
mighty victory.
We are out of combat.
Does the water look any different now?
Nope, water looks fine.
I mean,
Gaston casually
fine
mentioned
as in-
that.
A little muddy.
Yeah, Gaston casually mentioned that. Hey, next time if you give him a moment, he actually speaks primordial.
Should have spoke up.
There was an opportunity over here to see something that was rare, but some Nico decided to blow up a once in a lifetime opportunity.
Some Nico.
There'll be plenty of other opportunities
you'll
for
get
weird
other
stuff on this island.
Gaston, you managed to sketch. You managed because you're fairly practiced. You managed to sketch probably about half of it.
It's a start. Gaston's going to sit there and work on some sort of mental photographic memory type thing so that whenever he sees something awesome, he can take a mental image of it before Nico destroys it.
I wouldn't have destroyed it if you had your head in the game. Yeah, you just needed a bit of
Nobody's
encouragement.
even hurt.
Boomer's hurt.
Boomer's in double digits.
He hurt himself more than they hurt him.
He spent half his hit die already.
That's his choice.
I think the hit die did more damage than anything else.
Nothing hit me. I
Yeah,
mean, really.
no, Boomer
Well,
totally hurt
no. I mean,
himself.
so
That one thing crit you.
Yeah.
I think he took 11 points of damage, not of his own choice. But I think all but 11 points of damage was self-inflicted.
And I come over to Abigail and say, thank you for your assistance, my lady. That was truly an exceptional performance.
Jeff is
you can
like
see,
trying to
you can
offer
see-
to mount.
you can see she looks a little bit flushed, and she's like, it was so exciting, but so dangerous.
Isn't it? The
How can
thrill
you-
of battle.
How can you do this all the time?
Once you become seasoned experts such as myself, the art of combat, nothing else quite hits that same
I
spot
believe the
anymore.
term is pickled, not seasoned.
Do you have your illusions up, Nico?
Yeah.
Okay. She goes, which is Felix seasoned?
He's still a bit rough around the edges, but he's doing all right.
It seems so dangerous. I mean, he was stuck inside that water elemental. Do you think he's okay? Should we go check on him? Felix.
I think, yes, you should definitely go and tend to him. Yes.
But before, while Nico's talking and whatnot, Boomer's gonna walk past the two and just kind of bump/push Nico into the mud and say, "Hey, less of this, more of this," and keep walking. Come on,
Jeff is
seasoned.
like waiting for her to mount to keep walking out of the slush.
Yeah, so she Jeff is sort of hunched over in the mount position. She doesn't quite she doesn't know what the hell doesn't know what that is.
Climb on, Abigail.
And she goes, "Oh, is it safe?"
Safer than walking
He,
into the...
Abigail.
He
He has a name. He has a name.
Oh, it's a him? How can you tell?
Look at that dashing smile.
Look at the
It
photo.
was a
Really?
he before.
Clearly, most of the parts of him were once male.
We're saying 89% at this point, so
At least. That's the minimum. Could be higher.
Yeah. So she mounts up onto Jeff.
Do I notice anything? I've got quite high passive perception about the water ahead. It looks deeper in certain places. Should we avoid bits?
Yeah, you see some of the deeper bits, and you're kind of looking now, a little bit what to look for, and yeah, you can see that sort of odd current definitely in the deeper water. You can also see it looks like there's some odd aquatic life down there too.
This stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we should avoid those bits, guys. Let's stick to the shallows.
Please stick to the rivers and streams that you're used to.
TLC references.
I don't want no scrub.
A timely TLC reference for all the kids out there. Yeah, so you make your way across the water. Who's leading this rabble? Skippy, are you leading it?
Usually
Skippy
not
seems
because
comfortable in the swamp.
I'm pretty slow, but I'll go for it.
Go ahead and give me a survival check.
Okay.
At disadvantage because you've never actually been in a swamp. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh.
No.
19.
Yeah, so Skippy manages to lead everybody. Skippy's like, okay, step where I step, and sort of leads everybody through the water.
Just imagine
Make it
everyone
till
is
you make it.
walking the tiny little steps, trying to
Yeah.
match Skippy's. Yeah.
Well, everybody has to, because I mean, Skippy has this sort of kind of leaping kind of gait to it. Like everyone's like, the hell kind of, how do we do this?
Good job.
Yeah, so you managed to get across. You can see, so now you're able to look at some of the sections where, huge chunks of land are missing and have been, it looks like they've been sort of ripped out of the ground. And you look up and you can see these massive chunks of land above you that are, moving over, and you can see water, falling off of it and, coming down as rain, almost sort of this mist. That comes up, but the wind is whipping around so fiercely that a lot of it just gets blown right back up into the sky.
How high are these floating objects?
Some are the closest one to you.
130 feet.
Yeah.
120 feet.
I don't have anything quite capable of reaching that. Although,
What
if
did
I
you say?
put Boomer on the book, he can probably throw a grappling hook up that far.
How far away? 100.
120 feet up.
Boomer, you can throw something 70 feet straight up, right?
I'm
I can
strong
shoot-
enough.
I can shoot. I can shoot 150 feet.
There we go. Smart.
Do you have a grappling arrow?
I'm sure I could tie something to an arrow. I've done it before. Tie a rope to an arrow.
I'm gonna start casting mending to dry my clothes.
Nice, Felix.
Nice.
It takes a minute, so while you guys are dicking around with the rope and the arrows, it's just like bloop, 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 bloop.
Yeah, let's tie some ropes together. How long is a rope?
I've got 50 feet.
Twice the distance from the center to either end.
Thanks, Ed.
Pro tip.
Is by definition, that is how long a rope is.
I can understand how your daughter gave this answer about the how far is a.
That's, I mean, literally the definition of how long a rope is.
I would like to tie together several of said ropes so that we get to a point where half of the distance is 75 feet from the middle to the end point of the rope.
So we need three people's ropes.
Hold on, I think Gaston actually has it covered.
I have no rope.
Aha! I have rope, a giant spider silk, 75 feet, weighs 3.5 pounds.
Ooh,
Nice.
nice.
Do you have a ladder?
I used to have a ladder.
Used to have a ladder. Used it to push a soulless construct off of itself.
Yeah,
Okay,
I did that, and then I left it when the island decided to blow up and sink. I did not recover it.
Ooh.
I think I've got rope. I've got 50 feet of rope.
You and your fucking rope.
I've got the 75 feet necessary.
Yes. Yeah, but don't we need 150? Oh, do we
Yeah,
just need
so-
75?
120.
120. Okay.
120.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, I can fly you up 50 feet.
A
But we
bear
still
trap,
need to-
if that helps.
Don't we still need the rope to
That
reach?
does
Oh no,
help.
yeah, okay, yeah.
So you actually don't need that much, because once you get up there, you can actually do the big hempen rope and then drop something long that way.
Okay.
If we go
So
over to
before we do this, Gaston, go ahead and give me a nature check.
Oh, I got
Or
this.
no, actually, survival check. Survival check will do it.
Okay.
That's fine.
You don't need a survival check.
the top of that hill is closer to the flying.
Ah, I
Island.
see. It's the big brain. Yeah, actually, we only need 90 feet if we go right up to the top.
What was it? Survival check, Gaston?
22.
So you're looking up there and you're seeing as the water is falling and you're seeing the winds that are whipping around up there.
Uh-huh.
And you look at said winds and you go, I don't know if it would be a great idea to fly up there.
Holler out in primordial. Hey, air elemental, got a moment.
You get no response.
I have a job offer.
No response.
travel benefits.
You say to the living Zephyr.
All right, let's climb this hill and shoot this rope.
Yeah, just there are air elementals, so when you're climbing on up, just be careful.
Be careful. Got it.
Yep. Okay.
Thanks.
Like always.
So you're gonna shoot the rope?
Yeah, from up here. Did you want me to go like
All the
further
way up to the top.
It'll be fine.
Right over here, Skippy. Then we just need 90 feet of rope.
Okay. Do I see like a decent target to shoot at?
Looks like there's a
Well,
tree.
there's a big ass chunk of dirt up there.
Hey, you know, if you ricochet it off of Nico, it'll probably be more accurate.
Usually.
Probably. That sounds right. There is a tree like right on the edge.
Yep.
We could shoot like 2 ropes up so you have like a safety line and a climbing line.
Safety.
This is my safety arrow.
All right, I'll go for I'll tie the hempen rope and together with Gaston's. I mean,
Silk.
yeah, it's the silk, yeah. Or maybe I will shoot it with the silk and then fly up on the book and tie it together because I reckon it will be easier to shoot the silk because it's light.
You guys ever watch the guy Shadiversity on YouTube? Talks about medieval stuff,
Yep.
weaponry. You should look at him trying to fire a rope with an arrow.
But it wasn't a silken rope,
No, I don't
That's
believe
right.
it was a silk rope.
and I bet he wasn't grung.
Neither are you.
Is he
Nope.
the guy that?
neither are you. Yeah, I bet you're not either.
Well, I bet he had a
your
soul.
point. All right, Skip, you gonna fire this arrow off?
Yep. Let's try it.
Yep.
Yeah, 26.
Yeah.
Nice.
You fire that thing. It looks like it's heading straight for that tree. Then the wind that you may have heard about, may have been mentioned, takes
I
that
accounted
arrow
for it.
with all, again, not normal wind, living wind, grabs your arrow with said rope and goes whip and whips the rope and arrow right up out of the over the island. And you see, the last you see, the rope is trailing behind this arrow as it
Oh.
sails into the wind.
Luckily, we only used Gaston's rope.
Right.
Gaston grabbed the rope using his telekinesis as a bonus reaction type action.
You can yank it.
That'll work. Give me
Yeah.
that back.
We just see Gaston like, whee!
It's telekinetic. I don't go anywhere.
Yeah, it's he just, his brain just gets ripped out of his head.
Because when we were fighting the big scorpion guy at the island that blew up and sunk,
Yeah,
I was able to pick that thing up and toss it around a little bit.
yeah.
If there was like a mass effect, that thing would have pretty much, I would have bounced myself off the walls rather than moving it.
You just thought, all right. What's the save?
18, wisdom DC 18.
7. You manage to yank the rope back. You give it a solid yank. It arrow and rope sort of pull free from whatever has grabbed hold of it, and it falls down some distance over this way. Towards
Looking
the
over at
Oh, yeah.
Skippy, I suggest that maybe we try an alternate method.
Yeah, maybe for the best.
Hey,
He said we
Boomer,
should
have you
Boomer.
talked to your dad lately? Maybe he's got another clue for us.
Actually, we still haven't finished his first clue yet.
Yeah, he pointed you that way. He said that there was a portal that way.
So we're still going that way.
Yeah. Gaston's
We don't
gonna
need-
zip over and mage hand the rope and the arrow back off the ground and then come back.
Can't you thunder step up there? What's the range
I
of that?
could. I don't want to.
Does Thunderstep actually have that kind of range?
90 foot.
Oh, you'd be a little bit short.
you get. So close. So close.
Yeah, you
Well,
can
how
make it
far
up
would I
there.
fall before I could cast
You'd
it
make
again?
it 90 feet. You can, if you stood right on the edge there, you
would
could make
catch
it
you
up.
like the Hulk in the Avengers movie.
Or just throw me 10 feet up, Boomer. And they'll go from there. But
Okay.
I'm not going up there by myself. Well, I'm not going up there, period. So
I'm sorry. When I said by myself, I meant at all.
Like, can I grab him and jump up and then throw him while I'm up there?
Yeah.
I'm just gonna feather fall down. I'm not going up there.
Could we just kind of carry on going through the forest?
No,
Yeah, we can do that too.
No, we
Can
need to
I,
beat. We need to beat the DM.
Yeah, because that worked for us before. That's why.
Oh,
we
by,
had-
yeah, I mean, by all means, if you can get up there, yeah.
Can I like perception check what the forest looks like? Or whatever you want me to roll.
For what now?
Like how the route through the forest, if it looks past like okay, if it looks dodgy.
Other than I mean, you're looking at the forest, and every now and again you see the trees move a little bit. And you sometimes hear odd noises coming from inside. You see flashes of light sometimes, but other than that, it looks okay.
Do I see anything decent to take for samples for future potions?
Give me a survival check. We're looking around. So, how long are you spending looking around?
While these guys are dicking around trying to climb up onto the.
The one shooting the arrow.
I shot the arrow and then gave up. Yeah.
You were the tip of that dicking around.
Yeah, you were the tip of the dick. You were the tip of the dick.
So I'm the most important part, basically. 17.
Stop it.
I mean, you see there are some there's some herbs and plants and stuff that are growing here that are useful in potion making.
Okay. I'll just kind of be collecting these things and moving in the general direction of through the forest towards the west.
Okay. So yeah, you guys have been moving a little bit.
While we're here, I'm going to cast Spider Climb on myself with the staff. Just,
Okay.
Being as there's the possibility of needing to grab onto stuff.
Yeah, sometimes you got to grab onto stuff.
So we're not gonna try and get up there. It's right there. Come on, there's got to be
What's up there,
Really-
Nico? What do you need to be up there for?
the elemental. It's up there. Look at all the wind.
The elemental we need.
Let's ask Abigail what she thinks on what elemental we need to grab.
So yeah, Abigail says, she's like, well, we definitely need a wind elemental, but we want the big one. The ones
You hear
that are
that,
up
Nico?
there.
She wants the big one.
It's a conversation you guys want to be having on your own.
There's a lot of snickering. Abigail blushes when she says it, and she says, well, I mean that we need a large enough wind elemental to carry Tanith.
To rock the boat. Yes.
if we want to overcome the motion of the ocean, we
And Felix is saying this with a straight face while
right.
everyone's
Oh no,
snickering.
yeah. Felix is absolutely deadpanning it, and Abigail is blushing redder and redder, and she says, "We just wind elementals that are up there aren't. They won't be able to blow hard enough."
Yeah.
She
Hey,
closes
Boomer,
her eyes.
that's the big
She
one.
closes her eyes briefly. She goes, "I mean, there won't be."
Wait.
Did you look at
Abigail.
Felix when
Wait.
she said that?
Will the wind elemental be on the deck of the ship, blowing on the deck?
Will it be blowing on the deck? Well, it'll kind of blow the whole ship.
Right. I mean, we don't. It's a good thing that all of those sailors are dead, because it might blow all the semen out.
She goes. You say this, and she goes like vermilion. Like there's not a shade. Like she goes. Look, and she looks at Felix, and Felix is just absolutely straight. And Felix is, oh yeah, I mean,
Just like to signal, mentally signal Boomer a high five.
She goes, okay. She looks at Felix and sees no reaction from Felix. Felix is like, yeah, it's a good thing. None of the say it's all just that they're contained within the ship. All those seamen are below deck. And so she just goes, hi.
They're in the deck, actually. They're everywhere.
Right. She goes, okay, we need just saying that we need the wind elemental that we need needs to be one of sufficient metaphysical mass, I guess is what I would say.
That's what she said.
She just said it.
Anyway,
And she goes, okay.
lead on, Skippy.
She looks over at Felix, goes, stop helping.
Who am I helping?
All right, we're gonna stop there as our group is venturing further into the elemental island in search of the first elemental portal. Will our group find the air elemental that they need? Will they survive the dangers of Elemental Island? Will they survive traversing the path of the elements across the elemental planes? Will Abigail ever not be embarrassed by all the blowing jokes, the wind jokes? Surprised we haven't gotten the wet water elemental jokes, but
Poop deck.
here we go. So find out next week on Good Guys, but not great.
We're getting better.